Hi family, welcome to Freedom Friday. Today I want to share with you ways that you can improve your spending habits. If you're new to the channel or this podcast, subscribe for more information on how to level up your reality, simplified, and let me know that you like this content by hitting thumbs up or sharing it with friends that you think could find value in it. So today we want to talk about improving our spending habits because in order to identify value, we can really remove the things that don't add value and replace it with things that do. And in Freedom Friday, we're talking about how to really level up your finances and your time, because this is what allows us the resources to have freedom. And when it comes to spending, it's easy from minimalism to declutter and say, okay, we're not going to spend on things that is consumerism, the extra stuff, the extra clothes, the extra toys, the extra whatever that we don't need. But there's a lot of hidden things that we do, our spending habits and things that we might be missing that we can adjust to greatly improve. And they're very, very simple. So you can look at dining, entertaining, extra groceries. We've talked about these in the overlooked areas of excess. If you haven't seen that video, I'll stick it down below. If you're participating in any of those overlooked areas of excess, simply removing them is a great way to level it up. But there are also 5 other ways that you can improve your spending habits. The first way is to look at things in a value of time instead of money. So when you're looking at groceries or anything that you're going to buy, let's say you're looking at a $20 t-shirt, but you make $20 an hour, you can reframe your perspective by saying, is this t-shirt, rather than worth $20, is it worth an hour of my time? If I had to work right now for an hour straight and what I got at the end of it was this t-shirt, does that sound fair? Does that sound like it's that valuable to me? The answer could be yes or no. There's no right or wrong answer, but I think you'll find that most of the time by reframing this, you'll start to say, no, it's totally not worth it. I can't believe I would spend that much on something like that before. The second way that you can improve your spending habits is to start a bucket list jar. So instead of going out and dining or going out and getting that extra bag of chips that you're going to store in your pantry, you might say, well, would I rather spend this $20 on this meal right now, or would I put it in my bucket list jar so that I can go scuba diving with the manta rays in the Caribbean? I don't even know if there's manta rays in the Caribbean, but you know what I mean, diving with the sharks or go parasailing or whatever it is that you want to do on your bucket list. And what I like to do is, if I was going to spend that money anyways, I would actually bring the money home, stick it in the jar. And that way I'm able to gauge how much I would have spent on the extra stuff and see how much I have now saved on the things that are actually important and that really matter to me. The third way that you can improve your spending is to keep a budget, to budget yourself. The way that we budget ourselves is we actually budget kind of low, meaning we try to see what it is that we need and we try to actually budget below that and say, can we live with less? Can we spend less? Can we do less than that? Sometimes it works, sometimes we don't, but the wonderful thing about it is because we're budgeting less for our variable expenses, we almost never go over. If anything, we consider meeting the actual budget as over and spending below the budget as good. So it is kind of like playing to win. And you play to win by setting your parameters a little bit more safe, or with a little bit more fluff. What is that called? Cushion for error, room for error. That's the one. The fourth way that you can improve your spending habits is to ask yourself how you can stop trading time for money. What? Yeah, trading time for money. Most of us make our money by trading our time in exchange for money. But when you look at people who accumulate lots of wealth, we all have 24 hours in a day. So if most of us work 8 to 12 hours a day, maybe some 14 if you're kind of really working really hard, there's a limit to how much time we can actually trade for money. So how do people make more money? How do people improve their financial status? So in improving your financial status, if you keep your spending and your budget low, then you have extra to actually save and to do things with. And the best way to do that is to learn how to not trade your time for money. Couple examples. If you're in real estate, you buy a house, you buy it free and clear, and you put a renter in it, or that renter pays your mortgage and then some, you're actually making cash in the green zone. You're not really having to do much. I mean, when the renter moves out, you might have to check on it. If something goes broke or missing, you might have to hire a plumber or somebody to take care of it. But at the end of the day, the amount of time that you trade for that kind of money it's a significant difference than what you would have to do when you work an hourly paid job. A couple other examples is in the stock market. If you would have invested in Apple in 2005, which I wish I did, but if you would have put $1,000 in there, it would be worth a few thousand, if not more. I haven't done that exact math, but you can do that with a calculator if you just look at it. And then another thing is, let's say you're an author, you write a book once, and then you're able to sell it over and over and over again. So the time that you took to write the book and sell over and over and over again, and you can always sell it no matter what. There are certain titles that have been bestsellers for decades now, like Think and Grow Rich, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And these guys wrote that book once. Sometimes they do an updated edition, sometimes they don't, but they're able to make that money over and over and over again. So those are just a few ways that you can swap trading time for money or start something on the side in which the amount of time you put in can generate a residual income or repetitive income over and over. The last way that you can improve your spending habits is to give. It's to contribute. And you might say, well, if I'm trying to improve my spending habits, why would I just give it away? Because when you give it away, it comes back tenfold. When you live in gratitude and abundance, it just comes back to you. You pay it forward. I don't know how to explain this phenomenon, but it works. And when you give, you're able to see the utility and the actual value that money can bring. When you feed a child a meal, when you donate your car to somebody in need, when you donate your time, even though it's not necessarily money, time is money. And if you're trading time for money right now, that is a financial way to give. And when you see how much you can really leverage and do with it, all of a sudden you reframe your perspective. Money becomes a tool. It doesn't become this hard, necessary thing that you need to have in order to be happy. You can contribute, feel fulfilled by that happiness, and now money becomes just the icing on top of the cake. So if you haven't seen last week's video, we talked about the common myths around money that hold us back, that limit us from being able to generate more, from being able to contribute outside ourselves, and to help solve solutions that are greater than ourselves. So check that out. And I hope you enjoyed this video on ways that you can improve your spending habits. I'd like to know how you improved your spending habits down in the comments below. Let me know that you like this video by hitting thumbs up. And remember to be good, be great, most of all, be grateful. Enjoy your weekend out there, stay safe, and I'll see you back here for more Simplified on Saturday. Ciao.